Aloha golfers! Welcome to Golf in the Cosmos, episode number 46. I'm Kevin Robowski, and here we talk all things Mac O'Grady and Morad. So I do get some comments from people that are skeptical or not entirely positive Morad or Mac O'Grady, and that's understandable. No teacher, no methodology is going to please everyone. And even from other top teachers, myself and Mac and the system in general has received some critique, which is all very healthy, and I think also probably helped Mac and even myself sort of refine our ideas and evolve as teachers. So feedback from our peers is a very important process in sort of learning and advancement. That being said, Mac's influence over teachers and players is widely underestimated. Mac's influence and his advancement of golf swing theory, his contribution to golf swing mechanics and instruction is very widely felt and very underpublicized. So hence this video and this episode and my YouTube channel in general, trying to get the Morad information to a more vast golfing public. So today's video is not of great quality, so I want to make sure, hopefully you're watching this before you watch the video. So again, it's kind of interesting. These videos from the 90s on 8mm tapes do not stand the test of time and cannot be easily restored. So the grainy footage and the bad audio is part of the charm in these videos sometimes. So I would look at it like that. Try to pick out the nuggets you can, and again, try to watch this introductory part with me so I can put things in context for you before you watch. So again, very grainy, almost unwatchable, but similar to sort of the mystique of other videos. If you watch the Zapruder film from JFK or some Bigfoot footage, you get these very grainy, sort of almost mystical images. And so it kind of, to me, it leads to some of the charm of this methodology, which is, quite frankly, somewhat lost in time. So hopefully, we'll make a small contribution to bringing it back. So today is Mac O'Grady working with Bill Harmon. Bill Harmon, part of the famous, illustrious Harmon family. The brothers also have made a great contribution to the game of golf through their instruction. Of course, Butch Harmon is, widely regarded as, the best in the world. His teaching style lends itself to a lot of top pros, and that definitely has resonated with the golfing public at large. Especially his relationship with Tiger Woods. But in terms of sheer knowledge of the interworkings, the mechanics, the anatomy, the use of efficient motion, I think Mac and the Morad system stands alone. And that's why many great teachers with an intellectual curiosity such as Bill, sought out Mac for Mac's instruction. And we had many great teachers at the golf schools, and also working one-on-one with Mac, and then teaching very famous tour pros themselves using sort of this general information. So, Mac's influence is widely felt in the teaching world. So, this video, again, not great coverage or just lost in terms of just the quality of the video footage, But just interesting to watch Mac work with a great teacher like Bill and kind of refine maybe some ideas. One of the most interesting parts of this video is Mac's description of sequencing, and this is something that I teach, and I think is once a golfer needs to wrap their head around this a little bit. So one method or one means of describing the swing that Mac is mentioning here to Bill is to slow down the arm speed and speed up the club head speed and accentuate the pivot. And so this is a very interesting concept of sequencing. So what a lot of golfers, amateurs and pros alike, they're trying to create speed with their arms. So that I have a lot of arm speed, right? And so there's a misconnection there between arm speed and club head speed. So club head speed is going to be more created through creating a lever, an angle, 90 degrees, holding the lever down to the delivery position, and then releasing the lever through the wrists, right? So it's a cocking of the wrist, a retaining of the wrist, angular momentum, and then a full release of the energy, right? And that's the recocking of the wrist, which creates club head speed. As you're doing this, you're also keeping the hips moving by straightening the left knee, and that accentuates the pivot. So the knees come together, the right heel comes up, stay in the tilt, and by slowing down the arm speed, you create balance and also a more stable posture, right? So arm speed going too fast is what throws the whole system off, especially in the follow-through, going through the ball in general. So by slowing down the arm speed and then using a more efficient use of the wrists, cocking, holding, recocking, you can increase club head speed, accentuate the pivot, so the knees come together, the left knee straightens to clear the hip, and the right heel comes up, right? So I slow down the arm speed, and I can come to a crisp finish, where I can hold the balance, and I have a sense of control. So I'm not only controlling my body, I'm controlling the club, the tempo, my balance, and ultimately the golf ball, right? And so this is a more controlled style, right? So in other words, swing like a machine, become a machine, right? And as best as you can. So in this context, right, we are looking at the mechanics, right? Another very interesting aspect of this video comes in the beginning, where Mac talks about the role of the arms and the movement of the arms, right? So Bill, apparently, very much like my first lesson with Mac, I did not pivot enough going back, so my hand path was more down the line. So my hands would move down this linear line, and I would go more upright, right? And my very limited hip turn, so, because there was some obvious teaching about limiting hip turn, still exists today, but probably more taught in the late 80s, early 90s, right? So I would try to go more down the line, restrict hip turn, my arms would go up, and I'd come a little bit over and go in the follow through and hit kind of a lowish cut that didn't go anywhere, right? And I think some of us know what that feels like. And so my first lesson with Mac was spent mostly on getting the hand path to go inward, right? So my left arm in the P3 position, when it was parallel to the ground, was 45 degrees across my chest or inside the target line, right? So we work on more of allowing my hips to turn, and using more of a pivot to go back. So less swinging the club back and restricting the body, but more going back a little slower and pivoting or turning the club into the backswing. So for me, it was a little bit more of an easy fix because I already had the slight outward movement from P4 to P5, and then I was going inward from P7 to P9. So in some ways, I was an easy fix, and maybe that's why, Mac, he invited me into his system so soon. So basically, my left arm is connected to my chest, my pectoral muscle. My hands are slightly forward and low at address. And then from P1 to P2, it's just simply bringing the turn inward, and then my club ends up right here. And then P3, keep turning, and P4 are at the top. P5, outward. P6, 7, uncocking, rotating over, letting this come on through. So just doing that with the left arm alone, right? That's really the structure of the swing. From this angle, address position, hands forward, little low hands, especially with the irons, right? P1 to P2, P2 to P3, P3 to P4, back out to 5, down to 6, left knee straightens, 7, wrists uncock, starting to recock, keeping the hips clearing, and then we're done. Right? So isolating the left arm like that is a good drill and good training. And again, just going towards learning the hand path of Morad. So if I take the club down, just put my hands together, path of the hands, right, goes to the inside. That doesn't mean the club head goes to the inside, right? So if my hands immediately rotate, then the club head goes to the inside, the club goes to the outside. So this has been a misconception with Morad and sometimes with people, right? You definitely do not want the club to go too much inside your hands, right? But if my hand path goes inside and my wrists are more in a vertical hinge, right, then it lines up at P2. Even though my hands go inside, the club head stays slightly outside and then lines up very nicely. And then it's just from there, the continuation of that, basically the pivot in charge. So I have some pressure, my right elbow is pressed against the side of my body, my left armpit is pressed against that side, so these are pressure points that we want to maintain. So the arms are governed by the pivot of the body, so they're not moving so independently. Right, so you can swing your arms independently of your body, but in my mind, that's a little more of a high maintenance swing and relies a lot on timing. So, and that's something that if you practice every day, obviously you can get it. And so there are obviously a lot of ways to swing a golf club and successfully. But we're talking here about a low maintenance swing that doesn't require so much daily practice and easy on the brain to repeat. So this was all the very basic ideas of the Morad. Another point in this video coming up, which is very interesting. So Bill is hitting maybe starting with some low fades that don't go anywhere. And so Mac's trying to get him to pick up some club head speed and get some height on the ball. And so basically, which is very counterintuitive, Mac has Bill hitting off downhill lies. And Bill's intuition off a downhill lie is to recock the wrist and lean back to get the ball up. And that's exactly what was missing in his normal swing, right? So part of why you could hit a ball low is club head speed, right? So low club head speed, usually ball is low. Club face position, open or closed or square. And then also torso tilts, so leaning back and leaning forward. So what's interesting with the MORAD system is Mac always advocated a more closed stance, so a diagonal stance, a draw stance, so to speak, but not necessarily a draw swing. So when you bring your right foot back, it's easier for the hand path to go to the inside and helps you turn, right? So that pivot will help you create some club head speed because you're winding up. You have stored potential energy at the top of your backswing, and then you're trying to transfer that into kinetic energy into the club head. So Mac would often advocate closed stance, right? And then open up just a little bit, coming down, then lean back and release your club head, right? And get some height and some club head speed. And doing that off a downhill lie, you almost intuitively have to do it. So to hit a higher shot off a downhill lie, these are the things you would have to do. And so that's an interesting means of teaching that. And so that you'll see this in the video towards the middle, towards the end of the session. So again, hopefully you enjoy this program and this video, although I can't reemphasize that quality is not great. Please subscribe to this channel and to these programs. One other thing, if you made it this far, you can comment in the box below, but I'm thinking about doing a live MORAD Golf in the Cosmos discussion. So basically that would be on this YouTube channel. I would announce it in advance and people would basically chat and I would answer any questions or if there were any comments, both negative or positive. I'm open to either to discuss the MORAD swing, and if you needed any other advice or if you needed any help doing this, I would definitely be answering those questions in a live chat format. So if you're open to a live chat, if you would be open to discussing and participating, please comment in the box below. If I have enough comments, I will do a live golf chat in Golf in the Cosmos. So please let me know. Again, like, subscribe, and if you want a live chat, comment below. In the meantime, good golfing, everybody, and aloha.
If you can hit knockdown shots, that's what you want to do. Here it is. You go to P3, your left arm will be parallel to the ground, which is going to be 45 degrees inside your stance line, right? But then when you go P4 to P5, your left arm's going to be parallel. But then when you come over here at the top, your right arm is 45 degrees.
So these two things mirror each other.
Exactly. You're going to try to get it right on for them here. That way, in the backswing, the hand trajectory path is going to the middle right here. You're going to try to get them right over here.
A 3/4 shot.
It's just symmetrical. Okay. You have your left arm straight here. You want to stop your left arm, your right arm, 45 degrees inside the stance line.
You kind of want this image here to be mirrored.
I showed you that one. Alright. Now, you're going to have to get your right arm parallel to this line right here. Go ahead. All the way through. Just stop it right there. Have it back right here. Keep the right arm completely straight. Water there, baby. Thank you. Really got to do something. You have to really open up this.
Yeah, that's what I don't do.
Okay, parallel this line here.
These days, just take the wheels off down here.
And
Oh, so much.
so what you're going to do here, now, you guys see how his right arm went past parallel there, right? So how do you get him to start doing that? And you tell him, slow down your arm speed. increase your club hit speed and accentuate greater range of motion of pivoting of your shoulders.
Slow down the arms and increase.
You go like this, right? Slow down the arm speed, then your pivot brings it up all the way up. Now that's what Steve's doing. His arm speed would slow down hip shoulder speed. So that you would look like this one. You would go up here like this. Once you get down to P6, his arm speed follow the pivot speed. Okay? Straight identical. But you're going to slow down your arm speed, increase your club hit speed, accentuate more motion with your shoulders. Go ahead. See that? Very good. Repeat. One more time here. Everybody come over here one more time. Sorry. Once he starts to slow down his arm speed to his pivot shoulder speed, then you start to get that quote softness and the elegance and everything. Oh, that's a good golf swing. That looks really nice, right? Okay, slow down, Steve. Right? Okay. Looks less towards the get more towards the right. Slow down the arm speed. Let that speed increase. Yeah, that way the upper bar's body inspires much too much like that. Let me get two balls.
Not enough to do that.
Now this is why it's important to get your expertise this shot, these kind of shots, so that the student can, how do I say, learn from the visualization. That's the key. The last thing you look like this. Versus
rotated the upper body too much coming through.
Yeah, previous one. The last one was real big.
Yeah.
Okay? But your arm kind of collapsed down almost back. So you're going to try to feel like once you're down here at P6, your arms only move forward because the pivot's not in place. It's kind of like this. So I'm going to increase my arm speed and increase the club head speed like this. If I try to make a mirror image here where my left arm is 45 degrees here, take it back real short in the backswing, right?
I want to feel.
Here. Right. You're just trying to get your arms to follow the hips and shoulders. Okay? Because you can really accelerate the club head. Okay, very good. See that little kind of bottom?
Genuflect?
What? Yeah. Okay. Okay.
That's there for a while.
Take it back as short as you possibly can. Okay, that's good. Let's see what it looks like on top here. Here is a 5 iron. And I'm going to slow down my backswing speed here. Now, one of the things we had to try to have Sevi do was this. Instead of at address, get his arms extended, come more inside and bend it back to his right wrist. So, move it a little bit more inside, but then slow it down like this. Stop. Get up here like this. Almost stop. Right?
Yeah, that was much lower.
Okay. Now this time, barely clear this hill here. Okay. And all you're doing is basically how you're shifting your torso. go back and watch it later, and you see.
Oh, in a nutshell, it's right on this line. You know what we've been working on.
It is.
Motion vector. Here again, right, either like this, like this, like this. Right? You're just going to time it again. Right.
And it's that one.
No way I can hit one any higher than I put that up.
You look comfortable doing that. He looks comfortable trying to hit it high, more comfortable than low off that line.
See how fast is this? So he's talking there. That's what he doesn't do off the flat line. Okay? This one's medium trajectory.
Okay.
Okay? So now the wrist cocking stopped. See? Excuse me, it didn't stop. It wasn't as much as a high shot. Right.
Medium?
Yes. Go ahead. A high trajectory.
High.
You guys want to come take a peek at this for a second? Watch how his knees are together at the end of the finish, right? Hips are square to the target, shoulders are square. High trajectory.
High.
Okay. And this is the way he almost wanted to swing from the front. Okay. Now what's amazing is he seems to go on a high trajectory and the downhill line. Yeah. One more high one, and then one more low, and then we'll call it. Okay.
He looks so much more comfortable hitting it high. He looks so much more comfortable hitting it high off that line than when he tries to hit it low. I've seen the other
Now, low one.
One more high one, and then we're going to take the camera up behind you, hit 4 or 5 more balls, and then we'll stop. Right?
Why did he recock his wrist so much better from this?
Because he knows, and the brain knows it's got to do it to get the loft. The brain knows. The brain knows.
High or low?
High. One more high. Sorry.
The teacher always focuses on the student, but sometimes he has to talk to the other people.
I wasn't going to say it.
What would Sebi do?
You don't want Seven going, huh?
Seven, you learn to be good now. Okay. So we're going to turn this. Actually, we'll just carry it over. We're going to go put it behind you and get a couple down the hill here. Is yours going?
Yes.
Okay, you're fine then. Is your camera up, Stan? Yours is on?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
High?
Yeah, high please, yeah.
Keep waiting for this
Yep.
to fail and test again.
Very good. I think the drivers should be designed like this, side hills, down hills, flat hills.
Yeah, that's the nice thing about this.
A couple more high ones on here. Yeah.
Well, that's good, Bill.
Okay, this one would be low trajectory.
Medium?
Low.
Low.
Okay. Just barely clear the hill there. Okay. Okay, again, one more low, then you go medium. There you go. All right, and a couple mediums. So you know what's important about this is more tight cover short. Okay. Cover, show your hands. No body there. Great, great. Body, I can't tell. Body, right there. I got this. The guy says, I see things, I think things, I feel things. That's what he says. The body and the mind is working together, right? Right here, sensation and lower body. But some of the stuff is you guys saw the section, right? Start opening the subject. A lot of body suggestions. Now you're really down. You're explosive, square, open it. Playing with his hands slightly closed, and his hips and shoulders, if you look at it from over here, approach the front here. Medium? Watch how well his side, almost. Hit what? And then hit the high trajectory. There you go. And take your glove just down the line, not inside, but down the line. Go higher?
Did I hit it higher?
Did it feel like you went a little bit higher? Did you feel a little more underneath it?
It went high, yeah. That's much higher than my eyes are telling me. My eyes are going to that hill. When I close. They're close enough?
Take it down the line.
Down this way?
Yeah, straighten it up. Going too much inside out this one will fall. Hold that. Side like this. So much up and down. Okay. So take it down. Outline here like this.
Yeah, I got it.
Watch this for more.
Only got left.
Now, by the way, when you throw in all these different variations, start to improve the really. You start to get a year of the kind of now and all that.
High? I guess that's High or low?
Whatever you want.